guys, it's Thursday, my volunteer day at the conservatory, and in the past when I posted conservatory videos, people asked what happened with my past projects, how they look like now, and they also wanted to see more of a conservatory and desert dome. So today I want to give you a tour of the desert dome as I'm going over some of my projects that I did in the last 10 months. So let's go inside. I just unlocked the conservatory, and poor Inky, he's a conservatory cat, has been outside whole night, and it's already freezing at night. And I see that his ear is kind of dirty. I don't know where he spent the night. He's very cold and hungry. And he caught something on his tail. Hopefully he's gonna be alright. Alright, so I'm going through the conservatory toward the desert dome. Desert dome is at the very end of conservatory. Just before the desert dome, there is an area where the receptions are usually for weddings and such. So this is that area, and I just wanted to stop for a moment to show you these red shelves that I cleaned up, and I repotted a lot of plants on these shelves. I did make a video about repotting Haworthia and some of these, I don't know, plants. I don't remember which ones, but I also have here my string of pearls, and because it wasn't doing well at my home. And I also, a few months ago, brought Cylindropuntia Christmas tree cactus. Here it is, and it has grown quite a bit. I think it really likes it here. I'm planning to take my pot back and just leave the plant permanently in the desert dome. So eventually I think we're going to plant it there, and I can just take cuttings and produce more of this plant. Then in this area are also aloes that I worked on. These are all the aloes that I cut and rooted. And so I'm going toward the entrance to Desert Dome. This is a little hallway that all around the Desert Dome, and this hallway has a little window seal that I did one project where I put the stones in the pots and window seal to prevent pots and plants sitting in water, and it really helps. And then up here I have some hanging pots that I made, and this is actually my Selenocereus testudo dogtail cactus. If you remember, I had the big one at home, so I separated some for myself, and everything else I brought here and donated. And I think they finally got established and starting to grow new shoots, so I think when these pots get filled up, they're gonna look awesome. Another project that I worked on here are these two pots with agaves. They were in a really cramped little places, and I put them in these bigger pots, and they have been doing well. So they're on both sides of the entrance. Then on the window sill, there are many different cactuses and succulents, mostly cacti that I have repotted from smaller to bigger pots and try to use only newer pots, not broken ones. And I just realized now when I entered here that they just cut the tree. Oh my gosh, it's so different. I can't believe it's happening, because we've been waiting for Forest Service to come cut the tree and the agaves. They didn't cut the agaves yet, so I'm assuming they're going to be back. But I have to show you how it looked before. So this is quite a difference. Yeah, so really excited because that tree was covering like 1/3 of the desert dome and providing a lot of shade, so I think it's good it's gone. Alright, I will just show you now some of the plants. This is a beautiful puntia that blooms orangish, yellowish blooms. It's pretty healthy. I have cleaned it up half a year ago. Next to these aloes, I had a project where I pulled them out of the ground, cleaned them up, and they have been since very good. No dry leaves, and they haven't been as distressed. And this is another project, if you remember this pot, shallow pot. String of buttons rooted successfully, and some other plants here. And then here are my breivifolias that I've worked on, I don't know, a month and a half ago, or I'm not quite sure. They're by this agave that needs to be cut, so I think I'm going to probably today move them so that nobody steps on them. This agave here I planted, and all these cactuses in this stone area. I arranged this area. There is one project that I did. These were actually all cuttings, these opuntias, bluish color opuntias, and they all rooted and seem to be good. And these 3 cactuses I put together here as well. Just a lot of mother of thousands or everywhere. There's these agaves that I worked on. That's the tree that was cut right there. So it's so messy. I'm realizing I'm gonna need a lot of cleaning to do today. So this is the area I worked on. You can see they're pretty messy right now. And this is another area where the brevifolias were with agaves. Still need some work to be done here. But I think when we have finally cut all these agaves, we're gonna just change the location of the plants and do more work. But look at these poor aloes. I left them here to root. I don't even know how they cut this tree without moving them. Poor guys. They just started rooting. You can see the little roots. And they're so dirty and bruised, some of them. So I think I'm going to clean them up today really well and clean the soil on top. So yeah, and then we have big euphorbia sticks. Euphorbia tirocali, and there is some agaves that are still healthy and didn't bloom yet. These are the dead ones that are so fibery, so we couldn't take care of it ourselves. No tools to cut through. And then behind this, there is few other areas that I worked on that I want to show you. Just to pass these pups. So here's this area, one of the first projects I did. It has done really well. This casteria is not yellow anymore, and there's a lot of mother of thousands popping everywhere. This cactus has done really well since I cleaned it up, and there is no mealybugs, so this can be filled up even more. And then this project, do you remember, guys, when I removed that ugly sick cactus and we couldn't remove stump all the way, so actually it grew new petals, so it's still alive. And this area here I worked in the past, so yeah. I just want to quickly show you these brevifolias before, as I'm moving them. They have been left to root. If you remember, I cut them because they had really long stems with a lot of dead leaves, and I just pulled them out of the ground, and they have some new healthy roots, which is awesome. So I'm going to put them in a safer area where they won't be stepped on or bruised, because they're beautiful, so I don't want something to happen to them. Also want to show you this rat that's at the entrance. It hardly ever gets water, and it's for years looking like this. It doesn't grow a lot, but it does have pretty distressed colors on succulents, and I think it's amazing how they survive with so little care. Anyway, I will give you a tour of Conservatory, Desert Dome, probably some other time when it's cleaner. I'm going to go and do some cleaning of all those plants. Thank you for watching.